You better start earning your keep. Date 002 was the first thing my stepdad created 048 me while I lay in a hospital bed 006 fresh from emergency surgery. My body 008 still numbi. My legs barely moving. I 011 told him I couldn't wake yet. Dr. S 013 orders. 2 weeks. Then his hand came 016 down. They well tipped. Cold chills 019 kissed my cheek. Blood flooded my mouth. 022 my hands trembled as he snarled. Stop 024 pretending you're weak. When police 026 rushed in, everyone stared at him and 028 horror. What they didn't know was that 030 this wasn't the worst thing he'd done. 032 the real betrayal had started long 035 before that slap. My name is Emma. I am 037 and my late 20s. And before that hospital 039 bed became the center of my well. I 041 worked retail during the day and took on 044 creative freelance projects at night. IT 047 wasn't glamorous, but IT paid some odd 048 debis. More importantly, IT kept the 051 lictious on and the house my dad left us. 054 my real dad died after a long illness. 056 the kind dead drains suddings quickly 059 invasi by invasi, until yo to pukul 11 tirade to argue with the numbers anymore. Pukul 14 after the funeral. The house felt pukul 15 hollow. His jacket still hung by the pukul 18 door. His coffee mug set untouched and pukul 1:10 de sink. My mom tried to stay strong. Pukul 1:13 but pertama could see how the weight bent her pukul 1:14 shoulders a little more each month. That pukul 1:17 was when my stepdad entered our lives. Pukul 1:19 he showed up polite, helpful, confident. Pukul 1:22 the kind old man who spoke and solutions pukul 1:24 instead of sympathy. He said he could pukul 1:26 help organize the payment's. Said he di pukul 1:29 take care of things so my mom could pukul 1:30 finally rest. 6 months later, they were pukul 1:33 married. I remember standing in the pukul 1:36 living room afterward, watching him pukul 1:37 carry bushes into the house like he di pukul 1:40 always belonged there. At first, nothing pukul 1:42 felt wrong. Then, small things started pukul 1:45 to shift. B stopped coming to the pukul 1:47 kitchen table. Payments were handled. My pukul 1:50 mom stopped checking accounts because pukul 1:52 she didn't need to anymore. When I asked pukul 1:54 questions, I was told not to worry. When pukul 1:56 I pushed, I was reminded how lucky we pukul 1:59 were to have someone willing to take pukul 2 charge. Mom started getting tired. Then pukul 24 forgetful. She'd lose her train or pukul 26 tot mid-sentence. Spa at desto pukul 28 like she couldn't remember why it was pukul 29 on. My stepdad brushed it off as stress. Pukul 2:13 he handed her vitamins every morning. Pukul 2:15 leaned up neatly on the counter. And pukul 2:17 watched until she swallowed them. I kept pukul 2:19 waking. I paid rent to stay in my pukul 2:22 childhood bedroom. I told myself this pukul 2:24 was adulthood, compromise, family. Then pukul 2:28 my appendix ruptured. The pain came fast pukul 2:31 and dilent, folding me in half on the pukul 2:33 bathroom floor. Surgery followed. When I pukul 2:36 woke up, my body felt like it had been pukul 2:38 rearranged without my consent. The pukul 2:40 doctor told me I needed time. 2 weeks. Pukul 2:43 no lifting. No wake. That's what I told pukul 2:45 my stepdad from the hospital bed. I pukul 2:47 didn't raise my dose. I didn't argue. I pukul 2.50 just explained. I can't wake yet. He pukul 2.53 looked at me like I'd insulted him. I pukul 2.55 didn't know it then. But that was the pukul 2.57 moment everything shifted. The moment I pukul 3 stopped being family to him and became a pukul 3.2 problem. And once I became a problem, he pukul 3.5 stopped pretending otherwise. The pukul 3.7 hospital room was too bragged for that pukul 3.9 early in the morning. White walls, white pukul 3.11 schits, a steady electronic home that pukul 3.14 made time feel thick and slow. I pukul 3.17 remember staring at the ceiling till pukul 3.19 counting the crackers to distract myself pukul 3.20 from the pain pulling at my side every pukul 3.23 time I breathed. That was when he walked pukul 3.25 and no greeting, no consent, just a pukul 3.28 sharp sound or the door closing behind pukul 3.30 him and his reflection and the metal pukul 3.32 cabinet across from my bed. His jaw was pukul 3.35 tight, his shoulders squared, the kind pukul 3.38 or posture people use when they pukul 3.39 already decided they're right. He pukul 3.42 started talking about money before, he pukul 3.43 ian reache de bed. Bis, pementias, pukul 3.47 how things were baking up, how I needed pukul 3.49 to pull my weight. I tried to keep my pukul 3.51 dose steady when I answered. I told him pukul 3.54 the doctor said I couldn't wake yet. Dua pukul 3.56 weeks. Maybe less if Haling went well. Pukul 3.59 he laughed. Not loud, just enough to pukul 41 sting. That's when he said it. Deadline pukul 44 that still echoes. And my head sometimes pukul 46 when the house is too quiet. You better pukul 48 start earning your keep. I remember pukul 4.10 blinking. Convinced I'd miss at him. I pukul 4.13 was hooked to monitors. My 4 bag pukul 4.15 triped stay adili beside me. I hadianti pukul 4.18 idn't stood up on my own yet. I repeated pukul 4.20 myself. Softer this time. I told him I pukul 4.23 physically couldn't. His face changed. Pukul 4.26 it wasn't explosive anger. It was shoulder pukul 4.28 then that. Controlled. Like something pukul 4.31 inside him finally clicked into place. Pukul 4.34 he lian silose, lowered his dose. And pukul 4.37 said I was pretending. Said I was pukul 4.39 dramatic. Said I was leak. Then his hand pukul 4.42 hit my face. I didn't see it coming. One pukul 4.46 second. I was leaning back against the pukul 4.48 pillow. The next I was sliding sideways. Pukul 4.50 tangled and schits. Crashing down onto pukul 4.52 the floor. The impact kenoka de ay pukul 4.55 out me. Cold chills pressed against my pukul 4.57 cheek. I tasted metal and realized my pukul 5 lip was bleeding. My hands drew as I pukul 5.2 tried to push myself up. Not from fear. Pukul 5.5 from shock. He stood over me and barked. Pukul 5.8 stop pretending you're weak. That was pukul 5.11 when the room filled with noise. Pukul 5.13 footsteps. Duises. Someone shooting for pukul 5.16 security. Nurses rushing in. Eyes wide. Pukul 5.19 hands already reaching for me. I pukul 5.21 remember one odd damn knell. UUCA pukul 8.51 petan. You can't unsee it. I replied pukul 8.54 everything and my head like security pukul 8.55 footage on a loop. The timing odd my pukul 8.58 Mama's bed Dave. The way her hands shook pukul 9.1 more after breakfast than dinner. The pukul 9.3 way he hodded when she took those pukul 9.4 vitamins. Watching until she swallowed pukul 9.7 like it matered more than anything else pukul 9.9 in the room. I stopped thinking odd it is pukul 9.11 my life, and started thinking odd it like pukul 9.13 kes. Distance gave me clarity. De pukul 9.17 first thing I did was stop reciting. I pukul 9.19 didn't argue when he talked order my mom. Pukul 9.21 I didn't flinch when he snapped. I pukul 9.23 nodded. I stayed quiet. I moved slowly pukul 9.26 like I was still fragile. He licked de pukul 9.29 didn't awed me. He mistook silence for pukul 9.31 surrender. Behind his back, I spotted pukul 9.33 connecting dots. I searched names late pukul 9.36 at night. Old addresses. Public records. Pukul 9.39 it didn't take long to find the first pukul 9.41 woman. Then another. Pukul 9.44 different states. Sempetan. Fast pukul 9.47 relationships. Shared finances. Sudin pukul 9.50 ineses. Ugly separations. I sent one pukul 9.53 careful message. No accusations. Just a pukul 9.56 question. He reply came an hour later. Pukul 9.59 U2. That was the moment I knew I pukul 11 wasn't imagining any of this. We talked pukul 10.04 for hours. Then she added me to a small pukul 10.06 group. Women WHECO had only some pukul 10.09 didn't odd my life. They didn't speak pukul 10.11 with drama or anger. Just facts. Dates. Pukul 10.15 documents. Behavior so similar it made pukul 10.17 my stomach 10. One of them worked and pukul 10.20 legal support. Another kept everything. Pukul 10.22 every payment. Every email. They didn't pukul 10.25 tell me what to do. They just told me I pukul 10.27 wasn't alone. The next piece came from pukul 10.30 silose to home. Our neighbor's daughter pukul 10.33 stopped by one afternoon, under day pukul 10.34 excuse or checking on my mom. She pukul 10.37 watched quickly as my stepdad poured, pukul 10.39 smoothie and mixed and powder from, and pukul 10.41 unmarked container. Later, when we were pukul 10.43 alone, she told me she couldn't diagnose pukul 10.45 anything without testing, but she didn't pukul 10.47 like what she was seeing. De pukul 10.49 combinations. De emociones. De symptoms. Pukul 10.52 it explains a lot. She sighed softly. That pukul 10.55 was enough. I started documenting pukul 10.58 conversations. Schedules. The way he pukul 11 prepared meals. The way he insisted on pukul 11.2 handling anything financial. I didn't pukul 11.4 touch his things again. I didn't need pukul 11.6 too. He was careless now. Confident. He pukul 11.10 talked openly on the phone. Assuming no pukul 11.12 one was listening. Then he made his pukul 11.13 move. He came home one evening with a pukul 11.16 folded tucked under his arm. Smiling pukul 11.18 like a man WHECO thought he'd already won. Pukul 11.20 he said it was just paperwork. Side pukul 11.22 lawyer recommended it since my mom had pukul 11.24 been confused lately. Power of attorney. Pukul 11.27 temporary. Just in case. My mom's hand pukul 11.31 shoe when she reached for the pen. I pukul 11.33 felt something snap inside me. But pertama pukul 11.34 kept my dues steady. I asked a simple pukul 11.37 question. Shouldn't we had someone pukul 11.39 there for something this important? Just pukul 11.41 to make sure it's done right. He pukul 11.43 hesitated just for a second. Then he pukul 11.46 agreed. He said we'd schedule it for the pukul 11.48 following week. That week was pukul 11.50 everything. The women ID connected with pukul 11.52 helped me understand what mattered. What pukul 11.54 held weight. What crossed lines. I spoke pukul 11.57 to professionals quickly. Carefully. I pukul 12 didn't exaggerate. I didn't plead. I pukul 12.2 just told the truth and showed what I pukul 12.4 had. They listened. The plan came pukul 12.7 together fast after that. He announced pukul 12.9 he'd be out late one night for his pukul 12.11 community league. Something he needed pukul 12.13 missed. He left the house relaxed. Pukul 12.15 joking. Already counting future money pukul 12.17 that wasn't his yet. He kissed my mom on pukul 12.20 the forehead before he walked out. I pukul 12.22 watched him go and felt nothing but pukul 12.24 resole. 30 minutes later, the doorbell pukul 12.26 rang. Then again. Then the house filled pukul 12.29 with people. Come doses. But guess. Gently pukul 12.32 hands guiding my mom into a court. Pukul 12.35 medical team asking questions. She pukul 12.37 finally answered clearly. Bohes brought pukul 12.39 and 4 documents. The ditches collected. Pukul 12.42 everything done by the book. No pukul 12.44 shooting. No chas. Across town. De pukul 12.47 same time. Someone tapped my stepdad on pukul 12.48 the shoulder. I wasn't there. But pertama pukul 12.50 heard about it later. How he logged at pukul 12.52 fast. How he tried to explain. How his pukul 12.55 confidence drained as quickly as it had pukul 12.57 feel. How the room went silent when pukul 12.59 they cuffed him. How the people he di pukul 13.1 been boasting to just hours earlier pukul 13.3 stepped back suddenly. Unsuri de di pukul 13.6 edenon him at all. When he was pukul 13.8 brought back to the house. It was pukul 13.10 already order. He saw my mom sitting pukul 13.13 safely on the cozy. Rapid and pukul 13.15 blanket. Answering questions with pukul 13.17 clarity I hadn't seen in months. He saw pukul 13.20 strangers carrying out boxes from his pukul 13.22 office. He saw me standing near the pukul 13.24 doorway. Calm, steady, no fear left to pukul 13.28 hide. For the first time, he looked pukul 13.30 small. He tried to talk to me, to pukul 13.33 explain, to bargain. He said ID pukul 13.35 misunderstood everything. Said he'd been pukul 13.38 trying to help. Said, families handle pukul 13.40 things predately. I didn't raise my pukul 13.42 dues. I told him the truth didn't need pukul 13.44 protecting. As they led him away, he pukul 13.47 tend once more. I sharp. With pukul 13.49 something close to panic. Deman WHQ pukul 13.52 once yelled at me and a hospital bed pukul 13.54 couldn't find a single word de pukul 13.56 matered. The aftermath moved quickly. Pukul 13.59 testing confirmed what we suspected. Pukul 14.1 financial radios uncoded things I pukul 14.3 hadn't even known to look for. More pukul 14.6 people came forward. Stories staged on pukul 14.8 stories, until there was no room left for pukul 14.10 denial. Every attempt he made to control pukul 14.13 the narrative collapsed, under the weight pukul 14.14 odd facts. My mom's tired and cared for pukul 14.17 observation. Within days, her mind pukul 14.19 cleared. Color returned to her face. She pukul 14.22 crit when she realized what had been pukul 14.24 happening. Then crit harder when she pukul 14.26 realized it was order. The house felt pukul 14.29 different without him. Not louder, No pukul 14.31 MPT. Just Lichter. Negbos stopet pukul 14.34 by. Friends we hadianti sin NES pukul 14.37 cold. Women ID neda metanked mi pukul 14.39 for speaking up because IT helped dem pukul 14.41 dude sem. Deman WHECO once claim pukul 14.43 ownership order our lies disappeared pukul 14.45 into. A system built to handle exactly pukul 14.48 people like him. And standing and de pukul 14.50 quit leading room 1 inning. Pukul 14.52 surrounded by bosses odd adjutants, and de pukul 14.54 soft sound odd my mum breathing evenly and pukul 14.57 the next room. I felt something I hadianti pukul 14.59 felt and a long time. Safety. No because pukul 15.03 he was gone. But because I finally pukul 15.05 understood my power. De Chenny and my pukul 15.08 mum didn't happen overnight. But it was pukul 15.09. Unmistakably. Within days odd being away pukul 15.12 from him. The fog lifted. She slept pukul 15.14 through the night. She finished pukul 15.16 sentences without drifting off. De pukul 15.18 constant apology and hairdos faded. Pukul 15.20 replaced by something steadier. Pukul 15.22 something like herself. Professionals pukul 15.25 explained what had been happening and pukul 15.26 careful. Measured language. They talked pukul 15.29 about interactions. Long-term effects. Pukul 15.31 how control can wear a person down pukul 15.33 without leading obvious marques. My mum pukul 15.36 listen quit and focused. Then reached pukul 15.39 for my hand like she used to when I was pukul 15.40 a kid. That small gesture felt like pukul 15.43 getting her back. The house became us pukul 15.45 again. Windows opened. Drawers stayed pukul 15.47 where we left them. Bees were spread pukul 15.49 out on the table. No longer hidden. No pukul 15.52 longer mysterious. IT was overwhelming. Pukul 15.54 but IT was honest. The legal side moved pukul 15.57 forward without drama. Facts did most or pukul 15.59 the talking. Atas stepped forward. Pukul 16.01 the stories echoing us and Wednesday pukul 16.04 made my chest ache. Accountability pukul 16.06 followed not loudly. Not teatrically. Pukul 16.09 but firmly. I went back to work slowly. Pukul 16.12 different hours. Different priorities. I pukul 16.14 party volunteering then. Training. Pukul 16.17 helping people recognize the sig and SWD pukul 16.19 missed for so long. Not because I was pukul 16.21 fearless. But because I knew how silence pukul 16.24 feels. Pukul 16.26 one inning. My mom hung a new photo and pukul 16.28 the hallway. Just day 2 odd US. No pukul 16.31 explanations. No shadows. For the first pukul 16.34 time NES. The future felt quit and pukul 16.36 the best way. I am telling you this pukul 16.38 because family betrayal doesn't always pukul 16.40 look loud at first. Sometimes it looks pukul 16.43 like help. Sometimes it sounds like pukul 16.46 control rapid and consent. And pukul 16.48 sometimes it takes one moment odd clarity pukul 16.51 to change everything. If this story felt pukul 16.54 familiar, you're not alone. And it's not pukul 16.57 too late to draw a line. If you'd ada pukul 16.59 had to protect yourself or someone you pukul 17.1 lad from the people closest to you. Pukul 17.4 share your story and the comments. And hit pukul 17.6 subscribe so you don't miss the next pukul 17.8 story.